Oh, yeah. That's one other thing about Kasich last night, talking about this hypothetical Bank of America failure. Kasich said some people can afford to lose. He would means test. Cruz was saying that there are mechanisms here if banks fail to take care of depositors beyond the FDIC. And Kasich was sitting there waving his arms and listen to me. I'm the only one who knows what I'm talking about here. I'm the only one who's done it. These guys are philosophers and theory. If you're going to buy a carton of milk for the mailman, he's going to get you a damn thing. I've done it. I've worked hard. I've worked for them. I've worked with people. I've compromised. I've got people disappearing and disagreeing, and I've found them, and I put them together, and I've done it all. And all this theory and all this philosophy. I'm sorry, it's crazy. What am I doing here? This is crazy. You people don't even know what you're talking about. I'm the only one up here who knows what I'm talking about. You know about a bank failure? Screw it. But you know what? Some families, they can afford to lose it. Whoa. I stood up. That's the kind of talk you get from people like Dick Gephardt and Hillary Clinton. Some people can afford to lose it, or whatever he said. I mean, that was the point that he made. Well, some people don't need to, if they bail out, they lose everything in a bank going, oh, it's okay, they got enough. It's really... You people may not know it. John Kasich used to be a carbon copy of Newt Gingrich back in the. For those of you that don't know that's why this is so shocking to a lot of people, is who Kasich used to be, and he still thinks he is. That's the thing. But what he's essentially saying is, oh yeah, I can be as conservative as anybody sitting there talking about it. Yeah, I'm right. I'm as good a conservative as anybody, but you can't govern that way. You have to be liberal. You have to be moderate. You have to understand people's feelings. You work with people. People are human beings. You work with human beings. We can't harm them. We can't harm them. We can't let them get hurt. These are human beings. And the implication is that conservatism is unkind to human. It's just unkind to human beings. It really is a big disconnect. I don't know that he understands it. Cruz was pointing out that the Fed issues emergency loans, and that's what Gasparino's point was after the debate, that the two guys that worked in the banking industry supposedly didn't know any of these things. Anyway, greetings, my friends, and welcome back. It's great to have you here on the EIB network. The minimum wage came up again in the debate last night. And, of course, the greatest, one of the biggest obstacles to the concept of rising wages is the minimum wage. It stands right in the way. When you establish a minimum wage, so many things happen. The first thing that happens, you have just established the floor arbitrarily. And when you establish the floor, then there are a lot of people not qualified to earn that amount of money. They're not going to be hired. The second thing is, and this is what people don't think about, when you have a minimum wage, whatever it is, I think they're talking $15 an hour. Okay, then that's it. That's all anybody's going to be making until they mandate the minimum wage go up again. Unless the employee just happens to be so good and gets so noticed that he starts getting raises, he or she. But the minimum wage, the unions want it because it does establish a new floor. They say, well, if you're going to pay these people who don't know what they're doing $15 an hour, you got to raise us. But it's a phony issue. It's almost a hoax, too. But it's a great way to prove you're compassionate. Support the minimum wage. Great way to prove that people who oppose it are heartless and mean-spirited. And if you're in favor of raising the minimum wage, well, you're a big heart compassionate. You love people, and you're concerned about the families and so forth. And it's used in that fashion, but it economically is a loser and has been proven to be a loser over and over again.